Hey there, greetings and welcome from Prog Monster. My name is Murph and I am the host of this show. A show dedicated to progressive rock, hard rock, heavy metal, and other forms of rock music. So basically this episode is a redo of the Friday Night live experience video, which I normally do on Friday night. Well, the one I did last night was in the new location, bad lighting, a hollow effect like I was in a tunnel. That makes sense because there's nothing in the room. So I'm going to redo it so that people aren't distracted by that. I'm sorry it's going to come out Saturday instead. So I guess that would be a Saturday Night Live. Am I going to get royalties against me for that now? Anyways, trying to sit straight here. Okay, there we go. Basically just going to redo the video. Hopefully I get it exactly the way I did, but I think I might have changed a couple albums around. That's how it happens. Next day you like something more, right? Okay, and also I couldn't find my Peter Gabriel live album, which I like quite a bit. I was going to actually include it, and probably actually should include it instead of The Song Remains the Same, only because I think I like it more. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so normally what I do on these videos is I do a live video for the week. Not a live video, but a concert, either on my DVD or something I've taken off the internet or something I went to and seen or one of my CDs. Okay, normally it's most of the time it's CDs, but today I'm just going to do something a little different in honor of my new location, and that's my top 10 favorite live albums of all time. Okay, with one precursor and one change to it. I'm basically only going to choose one album from a group. I'm not, because there's some groups I could do two or even three in some cases, but I'm not going to do that. I've chosen the albums I wanted to do, and I'm just going to do them that way. And normally what I do, I'll do the exact same thing I do with most of my favorites, which is I'll start at my least favorite and go up to my most favorite, which won't be really a big surprise, I wouldn't think, for those people who watch this channel. So so without further ado, I will start with the first album, which was originally The Song Remains the Same, but I've decided to replace it today with Peter Gabriel Plays Live, mostly because I've listened to that a ton more. I like all the songs on it. I really like, it also has I Go Swimming, which is one of my favorite Gabriel songs, which is also on that. So the next one up, coming in at number 9, is Live at Cheap Trick at Budacon, another live album. This one's kind of has a little bit of a 50s feel to it. They were a lot influenced by the 50s music. Pretty solid album. A lot of people who like Cheap Trick put this down as their favorite, and it's pretty good. It's a pretty strong album. The next one up comes from a band I like a couple of their live albums. I chose this one because I've been listening to it more. The other one I like a lot too. I almost chose that one, but because this one's new to the story and I'm listening to it more, I'm going to. So Deep Purple, made in Japan. Seems to be a popular place to make live albums. Anyways, so this album I just got recently, but I have heard everything on it before. I've been listening to bits and pieces of it for years, and I just wanted to let you know also that I've been looking for it for years as well. So anyways, I have it now. It's really good. I've been listening to it a lot. Ian Gillan's fantastic on this. I think this may be the best guitar album by Richie Blackmore I've ever heard. There's at least 3 solos on here that are just absolutely incredible. Okay, the next album up is this one, also a fairly recent addition to my album collection, but I've been listening to it lots in my playlist, and that's Pink Floyd's Live at the Nebworth. Really good sound on this. Excellent sound, very good production. You can hear all the details very well, and they do an excellent job on their songs, and they chose a nice round selection of really, maybe I'm biased, but I love all of the tracks they chose from this album. Even the Great Gig in the Sky, which is a bit different, but I love them all. Really good tracks. So the next one up, I also don't own it. I have listened to it before. I played it a lot on the internet. I listened to it quite a bit when I was on the radio in the day, and I still enjoy it a lot. And that's, the quintessential Peter Frampton Plays Live, or Comes Alive, I think that's what it's called, Comes Alive. Great album, one of the greatest albums of its time period, one of the first really big live albums. So that's coming in at number 7. Number 7. So now we're into the top 5. Oh, I'm sorry, that was number 6. Yeah, because I forgot there's 2 that I don't have props for, and I didn't have a prop for that one either. So now we're into the top 5, which are all pretty solid. Love this album. Yes songs. The fact that it's a triple album is even better. They play everything you could want from the early Yes stuff, and they play it all live. Some interesting slight variations on some songs, a lot of variations on others, but really good. I think Steve Howe is really good here. I think Rick Wakeman is top shelf here as well. So there we go. Yes songs. Of all the Yes live albums, this one's, I think, the best. Then we go to Rush, my top 4. So Rush, I had a few that I could have chosen because I like them all. Exit Stage Left is an excellent album. Their RB40 stuff is really good, but this, it's their first live album. They still got that kind of hard energy that they had. It's not so synthetic at all. There's lots of really good guitar and really good drums in this, and of course the bass as well, and the vocals are Geddy Lee's pretty off the charts here as well. And so I chose this one, and the fact that I like all the tracks doesn't hurt it either. That's number 4. So number 3 is this album, and I think I originally might have had this as number 4 and that is number 3, but for today I went and I listened to this last night, so it's fresh in the mind. Really good album. Some people like Seconds Out more. I don't mind it. It's a good album, and but I think it's because of the tracks on here and the fact that Gabriel's singing on here. It's kind of fairly recent. They were still fairly new at the time, so didn't have a lot of material. There's only 5 songs on it, but they're all great. I really love Return of the Hogweed. Giant Hogweed is just a fantastic song. Next up, so these next 2 shouldn't come as any surprise. I did do away with the Greatest Hits Live one. I didn't include that in here from Heart because, there's some live bits on it, maybe 4 or 5 songs, but on the whole, I still think of it as more of a Greatest Hits, even though it's got some great live stuff on it. So I chose this one, Live at Leeds. I have like a mid-range one. The original one only had 8 songs. Some of the newer ones have 32 or more. This one's got like 16 on it, but all the stuff that you really like from The Who. A quick one, While You're Away. I love that song. Fortune Teller's on here. Heaven and Hell, Substitute, Happy Jack, just goes on, right? And of course it finishes off with My Generation and the Magic Bus on this particular one. This is a great live album, one of the great live albums of all time, I think. Certainly it's got to be up in the top 5 overall. It's my second. The number 1 was never going to be in doubt. Pretty much people know what's coming. And I like their other live stuff too, especially the second album. I liked it a lot. It could have easily been on the charts. Might have been up as high as 3rd or 4th. but because I only wanted to do one album per group, I chose this one, Kiss Alive. Great cover, hard rockin' album. It's some songs bordering on heavy metal here. They've got the image and everything, but they never really went that way. But just love this album, and most of the tracks on here are the best version of the track, better than the studio version. But this is one of those bands, like the Who that came before them, that their live performance may outshine their studio. In fact, I know it outshines their studio stuff by quite a bit. So anyways, there you have it, my top 10 live albums. And we're going to go, and I'll just reiterate them again. Kiss at number 1, Kiss Alive, that is. The Who's Live at Leeds. Genesis, Just Live. Or live, if you don't want me to put that word just in there. All the World's in Stage by Rush. Yes Songs by Yes. And then the next one would be Peter Frampton, Comes Alive. Then Pink Floyd, Live at the Knebworth. Deep Purple, Made in Japan. And Cheap Trick at Budacon, also in Japan. I think the Kiss album, not that one, but no, actually it was Harder Than Hell. That was but they had the stuff from Japan in there as well. So some of my honorable mentions, of course, Plays Live by Peter Gabriel. That should have been maybe on here, but it wasn't. Oh, actually it was on here. It was the Led Zeppelin one I took off. Yeah, so Led Zeppelin, Song Remains the Same. There are some other Who ones too that I like. Kiss Alive 2. I don't even mind Kiss Alive 3. The Devo album that I have that's live. And I've got some other stuff too, but those are the main ones. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think the quality is better. The lighting certainly is better. I'm not sure about the volume. I won't know that until after I listen to it, which I have to now because it's new setup. So anyways, I hope you like that. If you do, please like and subscribe, and we'll be talking to you again next Friday when we'll have another live album. Thank you.